Welcome to Macys Cooking Corner. I'm your host, Daphne Daines, and we have the lovely, someone's very close and dear to me. That is my sister, Yaa McFarlane, who's flown all the way, literally, they flew in yesterday from Tampa with her 4 children. And I think we got to bed around about 3 o'clock in the morning, okay? So welcome, Yaa.
Thank you so much.
And another delightful thing is that she is a holistic nutritionist. So today what we're going to be creating is something that's really healthy, something that's summery, it's light, and what do we always have in our gardens that we have an abundance of and we never know what to do with it, but we make a lot of bread with it?
Zucchini,
this wonderful green
your garden.
in
Which
my
is great.
garden. That's
Yes.
right. So what are we going to make?
We are going to use the recipe from Jennifer Kornblit, who is a raw foodist and has a great book out. And we're going to use zucchini to make a raw zucchini pasta. And then we're also going to make a raw marinara sauce. And so everything is uncooked, everything is raw, it's light, it's refreshing, and it makes an very easy summer meal for lunch or dinner.
Now, some people, when you say, we've had raw foodists here, we've had them on our show. Now, could you just explain to people, we've usually had things that we've made with chocolate, things like, it tastes really good when it's raw, because it's nuts or cocoa powder, but vegetables, zucchini, eat this raw. Is that really true? Can you do that?
Absolutely. You just need the right tools, and we have got, I believe it's called a veggie tea. So it basically spiralizes your vegetables, and it can be zucchini, cucumber. You can use carrots in these, even sweet potato. And so it'll make this into wonderful spirals, which can be used for any pesto or sauce or anything you want to use that for.
No way. And really, can you eat this raw? I mean, really, this is one of the easiest veggies that you can actually grow in your garden. And it tastes okay, and you think it's okay with this little contraption, which doesn't cost much. You can get it at your local store.
You most certainly can. It's all about the seasoning in our marinara sauce. We've got lots of fresh herbs and a dash of sea salt, and once you add that to the zucchini pasta, then it gives it that flavor, and it will take the flavor of the sauce.
Fantastic. So how do you do it then? So how would you spiralize so that it makes it all nice and curly, like your curly hair today? I love it. That's what it's going to look like, but I love it. Okay,
Thank you.
Show our audience.
So it's really very easy. Basically, we bought this, and it can be used for any vegetables, hard vegetables, like I said. And basically, we're just going to make the spirals straight into the bowl. Really very easy. We're going to do about 4 zucchinis.
And that would be for a serving of how many people?
This could easily be for 3 to 4 people, just depending on how much they eat. If they love it, 2 people.
Okay. So if you could, can you just show off our audience here in the, those that are watching as well, so that they can see exactly what you are doing, okay?
All right.
So it looks fantastic. Now, come out, if you could just come closer to our camera right here.
All right.
You'll see that she is, look at this.
I am spiralizing.
It literally
raw
looks like her
zucchini.
hair, really nice and curly.
I don't think so.
Not quite, but it's, almost like pasta. Look at this.
So this is great. I've actually gone almost all the way down to the core.
Look how much that has made. That's someone's meal right there.
Right there. I'm going to grab another one, and we're going to spiralize that as well.
So this is really, do you feel that it's beneficial for people who are trying to not eat so much carbs or?
Absolutely. This
Something
makes
for
a great
summer.
replacement for carbs. If you're gluten-free, this is a fantastic way to eat pasta or to feel like you're eating pasta, to add your sauce to it. People make, you can add pesto to this. You can add avocado, grape tomatoes.
It tastes fresh. You don't feel heavy.
Absolutely not. In fact, very light feeling. You definitely don't have that bloating feeling after you've eaten a huge plate of pasta. And it's actually very easy to make, definitely quicker than throwing it on the stove.
Right.
So it's
Love
a
it.
great
Look at that.
gluten-free alternative.
to our audience. I notice your children are here. How quiet. Isn't they wonderful audience?
Yes.
So glad you could join us. No, this is wonderful. And look how much it makes. So if you have an abundance of zucchini, which is about to happen, you can just throw this in and add your marinara, which we're going to make
right now
shortly. You're going to add some more?
I think that's good. Do you want another one?
Oh, that's okay.
Going to eat it for dinner?
Yeah, that's great. That's fine.
That's fine? Okay.
Yeah. Well, should we do another one as we...
Sure.
We bought a few of these beautiful zucchinis here at Macys. Bought most of our vegetables here and parsley. We're going to use them all.
All right. So we'll do one more
just
here.
keep on. That's right. It's fabulous. It looks great. And I love the colours too.
Yes, because you've got the whole rind as well as the
inside.
And
let me see what raw zucchini tastes like.
Very mild flavour.
Yeah, not really.
It's not salty.
No.
Just very mild.
So it's the spices, like you were saying, that
it's
give
the
it
herbs and the flavour of our marinara sauce that's going to give it flavour. So
it's really interesting what you can do with some vegetables, because with zucchini you can overcook it, don't you think? I mean, if you're steaming it,
very easily
you can forget it, and then
you've got mashed
soggy zucchinis
with all the nutrients cooked out of it.
Yes.
At that point.
The other day, I have to admit, I did lightly grill.
Yeah.
It was delicious.
Yeah, that would be
with
very
some olive
delicious.
oil, and we put some salt and pepper, and it was delicious.
Fantastic.
So it's one of those vegetables that you got to do it quick and easy. Look at that. Beautiful. Now we're going to go on to make the
marinara sauce.
The marinara sauce.
It's very simple and easy to make.
Right. We will put this on the side. We don't need this now, do we?
We don't need that.
Okay.
No.
Just put that right there.
All right.
And now for the marinara. What are we going to...
We're going to go ahead and use 1 to 2 tomatoes. And we're using a food processor to make our
blade, I believe.
Marinara sauce. Okay. We have some half-cut tomatoes here, so we'll go ahead and put those straight in.
So we're going to you took out the middle. Are you going to take out the seeds, or you just chop it all up?
And chop it all up and...
Fantastic.
Put that in.
Okay. Now, most people have food processors. If you don't, can you use a blender maybe?
You can use a blender. You can.
Okay.
This can add some chunkiness to it. The blender would make it more smooth, but nothing wrong with that.
So if you don't have a food processor right now, you can use that. How many tomatoes are we going to be using?
We're using 2 tomatoes here, and these are fairly big ones. So
I'm going to use this. We did wash this beforehand, by the way. Again, we have washed it, and tomatoes are going to be up soon, in maybe a month or so. This is another way of using all your fresh tomatoes.
It sure is. All right.
You're going to use that? Oh,
no, that'd be more than enough. We're also going to use...
So should we?
Oh, yeah, we can keep that here.
Put everything on there.
Do we have a cup serving? Okay.
Oh, here. All right. We're going to use a cut. So far, that was about 2
tomatoes.
2 tomatoes for the zucchini. We used 4.
I mean, if you only have 1 tomato, use the 1 tomato. You're good. We're making... it's actually a double serving because we had more zucchini. So we're going to do a cup of sun-dried tomatoes. They can be dried or the soaked version. If you haven't had time to soak them, then you can get this soaked version, which we have the sun-dried julienne cut with extra virgin olive oil.
From Macys.
With Italian herbs.
Yeah, and if you're looking for it, it's in a funny place. It was with the tomatoes, but underneath the shell.
Underneath, yeah.
But it's great.
And this does
smells
have
great.
Quite a bit of olive oil already in it. So we do not have to add as much olive oil. In fact, if any. This goes for a 1/4 cup of extra virgin olive oil.
Nice.
This is already a 1/4 cup. So we're not going to actually add any extra. If you have the dried, then you want to soak it for about an hour. And then add the 1/4 cup of olive oil to this. Okay, so we're going to use 1 red pepper, and that helps. This is huge, so I'm actually going to use half.
Red peppers are really good for you.
They are, and it also adds the deeper color to the marinara sauce.
You know, cooking like this, I really love it. It's fresh, it's easy, it's quick.
It's very
Instead of
quick.
slaving, my husband's he's always coming in saying, "You got the oven on. It's feeling a bit hot in here," you know, and he can feel that hotness. But when I make him a salad, you throw in if you've grilled chicken or grilled your meat, then you put that on your salad, and you're off you go, right?
Absolutely.
You know,
We're going to take 2 cloves of garlic crushed.
and so you can get also garlic anywhere, obviously. Here at Macys too. So what I like to do, hopefully it's all
You're going to help me out here.
Here we go. We just press it. This is a whole clove. How many?
With
did
the
you say?
skin, just 2 cloves.
Oh, is that enough?
Now, if this is a huge portion, you can always
Can
half
add
the portion.
Or add more?
Um,
These are all right.
so we're
Oh,
just
that's
going
all right.
to put
Yeah.
that straight in.
So we're taking the skin off. I just crushed it, the whole clove, and then we took 2 off.
Yeah.
Whatnot.
A few spots on there, so
Yeah. There we
throw
go.
that in.
Love garlic. Garlic for everything. Takes off warts, and you can eat them. It's great. Isn't that a great subject? I think it is.
And great for your health.
It is. So,
Actually, just going to put it straight in because it's going to
It's
going to
gonna-
process anyway.
yeah, so we didn't mince it. We're just going to put it straight into the food processor.
Mm-hmm.
Was that 2? Did
okay,
you do 2? There
that was 2 cloves. Yeah, we're gonna add about
Love
a
my
half a
presser.
teaspoon of sea salt. If you have Himalayan salt, I love to add Himalayan salt.
I have garlic salt.
You have garlic salt,
We use
but not
garlic
sea
salt.
salt. Yeah, garlic salt. We can add too.
Okay.
If you have Himalayan or Celtic sea
Yeah, I
salt, they
forgot to
are
bring that.
better salts for anything raw or cooked, since they
Yeah.
have minerals and vitamins
And they
that you
do have
don't
that,
always find. And what is this? A half a teaspoon salt.
Half
Add
a
probably a little
teaspoon.
less
Okay.
of this. Okay,
Yeah.
because it may add quite a little bit too much salt. So we'll just do
And also the tomatoes might
bit-
be
a quarter
have
of a
its own
teaspoon.
sodium. No, it doesn't actually. That's really good. All
So-
right. There we go.
All right.
Now
And then we're going to add some fresh herbs. 2 teaspoons of dried basil, teaspoon of dried oregano. If you don't have either, you can always use Italian seasoning.
Are you using this one? Got some
That one
fresh
will be for
parsley. Okay, we're not using that one. Yeah.
the
Mm.
meatballs, I believe. Do you have
Okay.
a teaspoon serving, or
Yeah,
we just
there
use
are.
that one? 2 teaspoons of basil. And did you have oregano or
Oregano.
Italian?
Which one's this
Italian.
one?
That's just
Oh,
basil.
the Italian.
The
You know what?
Italian.
Instead of doing all these, we bought the Italian, which has all the
Okay.
seasoning in
Yeah,
there.
that works too. So I'll just put a teaspoon of that in there. So it's going to be
Okay.
nicely seasoned. So basically, you want your basil and oregano in there. If you have Italian, add that. So
All right.
okay,
Any
so
lemon? No.
we have everything pretty much in there. This marinara sauce will keep for about 3 days. We're going to put everything in the food processor and process until smooth.
Okay.
Perfect.
This is easy, but don't forget, just use the S blade, and now we press on.
Yes,
It's a magic thing.
absolutely.
I'm not going to say anything for now. That's why I see it's working.
See where we're at. Okay, so we'll process a little more. Yes, it's rather chunky still, so we'll process a little more. That's good. Yes, do we have something to taste with? All right, so we're going to do the famous taster. Especially when I make raw food, I do like to taste if there's a little bit too much or not quite enough of any particular seasoning. I'm probably going to do this just a little bit more. It is still quite chunky, but so I'm going to have a little taste. Tastes great. You want to have a taste?
Oh,
Mhm.
I do.
Taste
Fantastic.
great. Even has a little kick to it. Not sure where
Mm.
that came from, but maybe the Italian seasoning.
Oh, it's lovely.
Touch more salt or
Yeah, more salt.
tad.
Yeah.
So we'll just do a
that's
tiny
yummy.
sprinkling.
That's just perfect. You know how many hours I used to cook my spaghetti to get it right? And this is just, oh, nice. Really good.
Oh, it's really good. Yeah. go. All right, we're good. I actually like it to have some chunks, so it really gives it that extra flavor. So here's our zucchini pasta, and we're just going to spoon on. This is good.
Well, you know what? Before we go to break, we're going to bring everything together and show you how delightful this was, how fast it was together. And just before we break, we want to just explain to you very quickly what the ingredients were, right?
Mm-hmm.
So how many zucchinis was this?
We used 3 zucchinis for that.
3 or 4?
You can 4.
As many as you need, right?
3-4 zucchinis will produce about that much. You can add a few more.
And then there's
2 tomatoes, a cup of sun-dried tomatoes, soaked, or they can be dried, and then you soak them for an hour beforehand. These were already soaked in olive oil, so I did not add additional olive oil. If they are dried, you will add the 1/4 cup of olive oil. And then we added 2 cloves of garlic, 1/2 teaspoon of Celtic sea salt if you have, or Himalayan sea salt. Nope. And then we added dried basil, oregano, and you can add a touch of cayenne if you like a little kick to it. And then Italian seasoning if you don't have the basil and the oregano.
And then mix it all in a food processor
straight
for
in the food
about
processor.
30 seconds. 40 seconds.
And add additional Celtic sea salt or Himalayan sea salt for extra taste if you need it.
So we're going to come back and we'll show you what it looks like served up, and maybe we'll have another surprise for you. Thank you. Stay tuned.